Recording. Okay. Participants. Mute. Mute. Close. Okay. Business.
One of the themes that is repeated in this week's Parsha of Azinu was mentioned in the previous Parshas as well, is the transfer of power and authority from Moshe Rabbeinu to Yoshua ben Nun. And it's not only a transfer of government, so to speak, or of the commander of the army, but it's a spiritual transfer. We read in Pirkei Avos, Moshe kibel Torah b'Sinai, u'Masora liYoshua. He gave the Torah over to Yoshua. So Yoshua is the transmitter of Torah. He's the conduit for Torah. He's the connection to Moshe, and he's the connection to Sinai. And the fact that we have Torah today is because of the fact of the Masora Yoshua. But the portion asks, why does it say Masora Yoshua? Why does it say Melinda Yoshua? Taught Yoshua the whole Torah. So there's an interesting idea that the portion talk about. There's a famous medrash that, in fact, it's Gemara, that how was the Torah transmitted? Moshe came down and he taught it to Aaron. And then from Aaron, he taught it to the Shevim Spain, the Sanhedrin. And then he taught it to Klal Yisrael. But before he taught it to Klal Yisrael, it says that he taught it to three people: Pinchas, Elazar, and Yoshua. So Elazar is the father of Pinchas. Elazar is the son of Aaron. He's the nephew of Moshe. So Pinchas and Elazar were the students of Moshe. And Yoshua is the third one. So then why doesn't it say in Avos that it was Masora of Pinchas, Elazar, and Yoshua? Why does it say Masora of Yoshua? And we find that Elazar was a contemporary of Yoshua. Elazar was the Kohen Gadol when they entered Eretz Yisrael. And Pinchas later became the Kohen Gadol at the beginning of the time of the Shoftim. So why is the Torah only saying Masora Yoshua? As though Pinchas and Elazar would be incapable of passing the Torah onwards. So the question is basically, what is the distinct quality of Yoshua that the others did not have? Chazal are very astute in this matter. In the pasuk it says by Elisha that Elisha became the Novi, Elisha ben Shofar, Asher Yotzak Mayim Al Yedei Eliyahu. He He was the one that poured water on the hands of Elio. And therefore he was his successor. It should say, Asher Lomad Torah Itzel Elio. Asher Kibel Megula Elio. What does it mean? Asher Yotzat Mayim Al-Yedei Elio. Maybe an act of servitude, connection. So again, says by Yoshua, Nar lo yomish b'toch ha'oel. He didn't depart from the tent. So the Mephoshim should say, whose tent? What tent did he depart from? The Mishkan, he wasn't a Kohen. So they say he did depart from the tent of Moshe. And Chazal say the rule of Godel Shimusha Yosef Limudo. If you serve a Talmud Chacham, if you're in the environment of a Talmud Chacham, if you associate yourself with a Talmud Chacham, you gain more than just that you would learn the halachos of the Talmud Chacham. Because then you learn, so to speak, the halacha of life, how to behave, not just the dry words of the law, but rather the Torah's chayim, how a person lives. And Chazal emphasized that over and over again. And therefore, that was the advantage that Yeshua had that Pinchas and Elazar did not have. Because he was not the young Torah. He saw Moshe in all different circumstances. And he was able to learn from it. To a certain extent, the greatness rubs off. There's an osmosis that occurs. Where it says on certain Amora that he went so far that he hid it in the room where the Rebbe was, and where he was going to be with his wife. And when they threw him out, he said, Torah, he will not, I mean, sorry. So naturally, there are limits, but the idea is present there. And therefore, over and over, we find that the Vomishal tells Moshe, Chaskeu ve'amtzeu, strengthen Yoshua. We're not talking only in learning, in halachos. The Gemara said when Moshe died, there were 300 halachos that were forgotten. So Yeshua asked in heaven that they should repeat the 300 halachos. So they told them the Torah is only given once. Well, we're not giving it again. So the Gemara says that Osniel ben Knaz, who was from Shevet Yehuda, who would later be the Shofet, he and his yeshiva, they sat and learned, and they figured out, they deduced the halachas that were missing. So the Bali Musar say that you can do. We can rebuild Torah. You can figure out the halacha again. There's enough intellect and talent to the Jewish people to do that. You cannot rebuild experience. You cannot create the experience is not there anymore. That says to make tshuva, you certainly can't say things negative. You have to appreciate everything that he can accomplish here and in our generation, in the rebuilding of Torah. But the experiences, that is very difficult to rebuild. And because of it, therefore, we have problems. Because of the fact that there's nobody around, Asher Yotzak Mayim Avidei Eliyot. And in fact, we have to realize that that's what Yeshua did to us. That he erased 800 years of experiences. So, everything that we say about Eastern Europe today is all fantasy. We're making it up. So that's hard to rebuild. So Yeshua is the example of that. Because Yeshua has the experience of Moshe and not just the knowledge and the gifts that Moshe gave him. And that's the Rak Chazak Be'amots. Be strong, because you have in your mind a picture of how to be, what to be, how to react to situations. And therefore, Chazal say that as long as Yeshua was alive, the Jewish people felt that Moshe was still alive. He had the authority of Moshe, because he had the experience of Moshe, because he was Nar Yomish Noah. Afterwards, Moshe becomes a more distant figure, becomes the lawgiver. But the experience of that, unfortunately, could not be replicated again. So, the Torah emphasizes that to us this week's parsha as well. And it's a lesson that we have as we connect ourselves to our own experiences and to our own memories, and to try to associate with Talmidei Chachamim, to benefit from not only their learning and their wisdom and their intellect, but how to live life as well. לפיכך חיבר לאל תורה ומצוות שנאמר, אדוני חפץ למען צדקו ידיר ולא ידיר.